Let me recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Thompson, to inquire.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding today's hearing. And Madam Secretary, thank you for joining us today. And thank you for your comments on the Green Book. I want to just note that it's the first Green Book we've seen in 4 years. Madam Secretary, when it comes to paying for infrastructure, one of the simplest and easiest and least controversial tools at our disposal is making sure that everyone pays the taxes that they already owe. We know from the work that the investigative press has done and from your agency also that this isn't the case. And just this past week, we saw a revealing article in the New York Times about not only people not paying their taxes, but the use of waivers in order to create this convoluted web of partnerships that allow people to avoid paying their taxes. We had a subcommittee hearing on this matter just recently, and I think everybody agrees that people need to pay their taxes. I'm pleased that the President has put forward in his budget an $80 billion increase for IRS enforcement over the next 10 years. And that's a lot of money, but the return on that money will benefit not only infrastructure, but our economy and taxpayers' knowledge that the system is in fact fair. So I would like to get your take on that and this use of fee waivers, which allows private firms to treat management fees as capital gains.
So first of all, the President's proposal with respect to the IRS, I think, is a very important way of addressing what is a huge tax gap, estimated at a loss of $7 trillion in revenue that should be collected under our existing tax laws over the course of the next decade. The beneficiaries of that tax gap are largely wealthy taxpayers and the corporations they own. And it results in an inequitable tax system where workers pay what they owe and others often do not. And what the budget is proposing is, as you mentioned, nearly $80 billion in additional resources. First, to make investments that have large fixed costs like modernizing information technology, improving data analytic approaches, hiring and training qualified agents who can bring enforcement actions against high income net and net worth individuals and complicated corporate structures. And the second piece involves providing the IRS with information that will help them target audits. We've proposed to give the IRS some visibility into opaque income streams by adding 2 pieces of information to the existing interest reporting form that financial institutions file with the IRS. And this would include data on aggregate inflows and outflows from accounts over the course of a year. With respect to private equity and the abuses that we see there, an important aspect of the President's proposal is raising the rate on capital gains and dividends so that for wealthy individuals, high-income individuals, it's taxed at ordinary income rates, just like wage and salary income, which reduce the benefits of trying to turn what really should be wage and salary income into capital gains. In addition, the President has proposed to get rid of the carried interest provision.
Thank you. Thank the gentleman. Let me